Okay, so Twice, Perfect World. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It did remind me somewhat of Cry For Me, but I would say Cry For Me obviously was a lot more like serious and dramatic, and this one was more like attitude and sass. I would say that that is what I enjoy. I enjoy sass, I really do. And I would have to say that my favorite part of this song, which I think it could be a few different elements, but after like going through and watching it again, because I did watch it again, I think my favorite part of this whole song is honestly the lyrics, which I usually don't say for songs. Like, even if they have good lyrics, usually there are some other part that I kind of like more, but I really liked the lyrics on this because they tell like a really clear story. And they start out right from the beginning. Like, that's something I actually said about BTS's song Butter. You know, you see the thumbnail, you're a little questioning, and you're like, what's going on here? And then they're like, this is why this is the title. Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Like, yeah, that's what we're going for here. And they've got like the mug shots and everything. So I love when they start out like, this is why the song is named the song. Now, the first line of this song doesn't tell you why the song is named that, but it is very much like, I'm done, I don't need you anymore, I've given you the cold shoulder. And I just love that. Like, basically they told like an entire story with the song, and that is what I really, really like. And I think sometimes they're trying to do that, but maybe it gets like lost in translation. But this time it did not. Like, it was very clear, you know, they're giving this performance even though everything is burning down, and they're like, I'm moving on, end of story. And yeah, I don't know, I just like that. And they also do explain the title later in the song anyway. But yeah, it's very, very interesting lyrics, and I feel like they came across very clearly, they translated very well, which I really liked. Some videos don't even give you translations, which I get it. You know, it's hard to find someone to translate into every language, but it just helps, you know, when there's a translation there that you can watch. So yeah, I really enjoyed the lyrics. They were great for me. Now, even though the lyrics were my favorite part, there were definitely other parts that I liked. I really liked the outfits, which I usually say. I said already that I liked when they switched to the black outfits, and it's just 3 of them walking down the hall. I liked those, but the other outfits they had, which were sort of like crop tops or like corset tops and shorts or skirts, depending on like what each person was wearing, I really liked those. And I felt like they definitely stood out. They were a good contrast from the red, which was earlier. And red, even though it pops, you know? It pops on camera, but it's not my favorite color. It's not. So yeah, when I see red, I'm like, okay, like, I get it. And I like the fact that it grabs the eye, and I feel like it perfectly gives like, you know, the attitude. She puts the little like kiss on the mirror or whatever. Definitely goes to that. But I would say that I like when they switch to those other shirts. They had some that were like a combination of like collars, but like off the shoulder collars and sleeves. Some of the shirts were tan. I would like one in white. Where can I purchase one? You know, I don't know, but I would like one in white. And they also just had some that kind of had like a stripe detail. I just like them, and I felt like they fit the tone. They had their own little theme. And sometimes, you know, if they start with like a really bold outfit early on, then I might not notice the ones later, but I feel like this time they stuck out really well just because they were such a contrast and like a different style. And yeah, I don't. But another thing which I found interesting, and at first I was like, what's happening? What?
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Was the sound of the music. It goes out, and it doesn't go out completely, but it honestly sounds like you're underwater. Which is an interesting thing. I feel like I've seen a lot of other things. There was one song that I listened to recently that had like a breakdown thing. I did not love that. I was like, why are we switching songs? But I found that the underwater thing was kind of interesting. Obviously it grabs your attention because you're listening and then you're like, what did they just do? And it's kind of interesting because it also is, while it is a contrast of like the song, I feel like it helps the lyrics stick out a little bit more. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just the underwater, like weird kind of reverb that's going on. They have very like slow, like beauty shots going on, but I feel like it just works really well because they were doing, you know, very fast paced and sass, and then they're about to go into chaos as well. And I think that the fact that they just sort of, it wasn't a slow down, but because they just sort of like muted out some of the music for a while, it was very nice. I definitely don't think that would work for every song, but for whatever reason, I do feel like it works for this song. Now, I feel like I often see smaller movements from Twice. They are like the queens of super tiny movements that are really fast that I cannot replicate, even though I have tried. They move like just ridiculously fast and put in like 20 movements within the span of like a few seconds. And actually I felt like I was seeing something different with this one. They definitely had bigger movements in this one. I think because it was on a stage, they were going for like performance, like, you know, trying to like speak to an audience who's, you know, hundreds of people and really far back and stuff. And I really liked seeing that. I think that because they are such good dancers, it's, you know, it's kind of like letting them stretch their wings. Weird analogy, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of letting them like relax into bigger movements instead of always like trying to be like precise, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just liked seeing sort of the whole thing they had going, and they do change the tone anyway when they're doing stuff for Korea versus Japan, and it was nice to have kind of a new feeling while watching the song. But yeah, for Perfect World, I would say very fun, very sassy. I mean, obviously so much attitude, but I really like the addition of attitude and a little bit more like kind of grown-up theme, which I think they're working on anyway with like alcohol free. But I do like seeing the contrast from all of their other videos that I have watched before, so I really enjoyed it. But let me know what you thought of this video down in the comment section. I'd really love to know. Also, I always forget to mention the secret emoji, but if you would like to put the secret emoji in the comment section, it is the emoji for heels, like a high heel, you know what I mean? So yeah, you can put the secret emoji down in the comment section. Also, I probably should have mentioned this. Sometimes when I put the link down for the song, it's the single, and sometimes when I put the link, it's the entire album because they won't let me put just like the single there. But if I can put the single there, I will, because those are like $1 and they're super convenient. But if you like this video, then feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm trying to think of stuff.